Hey guys, welcome into Edie's Attic. My name is Jenny, and I am here with your weekly love message. Ooh, so I did not know where this message was going to go stepping into it today. I had no very detailed channeled messages in regards to this. I was getting cleaning up shop through spirit, the phrase cleaning up shop. But as I sat down and started tapping into the energy, I kept hearing that song by Christina Perri, A Thousand Years. And I feel like I have pulled on this energy in the past. I feel like I pulled on this maybe out of all my readings, probably out of all my love readings. I'd say at least a quarter of my love readings to half of them almost was tapping into this particular energy, this particular collective of people and their love story. And I feel like I need to just label it because it'd just be easier for me to recognize going into the future. I want to just call this past lives. I feel like this is a past life love, a soul bond, a soul connection. I have died every day waiting for you. 1,000 years. I wait for you for 1,000 years, and I'll love you for 1,000 more. I'm not even sure if those are the lyrics, but that's like the energy. Cleaning up shop is the phrase I kept getting. As if someone's preparing. It just feels like this preparal. This, is that even a word? I always make up words in my readings. But it feels like someone is getting ready. They have been getting ready. They have been preparing themselves physically, spiritually, cleaning out like old debris in their emotional bank, really getting themselves into a place of like harmony. Maybe this is you, maybe this is your person, maybe it's the both of you. But I feel like it's been a long time coming. And I feel like there's been a lot of setbacks in this. We have here, so we have smedule tension. Your person has recently revisited passionate feelings about you. I think when this started, there was like this instant spark, this instant connection between you and them. Like a knowing, an inner knowing. You just knew. There's something that just pulled you to each other. And I think initially it started with this kind of tension because it stirred something up in you. There was a chemistry that was indescribable. And then as time went by and this tug and pull between the two of you, I feel like that faded because the intrigue and the interest became more mental, more telepathic, more spiritual in nature. You started understanding one another in a more spiritual sense. And the love and the magnetism grew deeper and had more meaning. But I feel as of recent, and this might be you too, thoughts have resurfaced where it's like the whole package. Now they not only understand that there's that instant chemistry and that soul recognition, and then add to that this spiritual depth and telepathic type relationship between you two, it's coming back full circle to where they are completely 100% attracted to you and longing for you in a way that's more intense now than it was when it first started, because of all the other things that they've discovered and learned about this relationship. It's made it even that much more intense. So this is a person that has found themselves completely immersed in the idea of some kind of physical connection with you. Next we have out is proposal. And then we have illusion. It says taking the next steps in this relationship. Let's move in together and get married. But then we have illusion. It says lies and illusions hold them back from seeing the truth and able to see reality. I feel like this person has the intentions and the desire to come forward and to make you their partner, to make you their person officially in the books, in this reality. Like, make this a real thing, not just in their mind anymore, but actually put in the active work to pursuing this 100%. But there's something here where, like, they are in this illusion, and it might just be things that are like actual real physical blocks in this relationship, whether it's distance, where you live, where you reside. There might be a huge space between the two of you. It could be people, interferences between the two of you, possible partnerships that are already established in the 3D that are a block between the two of you. And all these blocks are really getting in the way of this person's clarity. It's like trying to match their feelings to the physical reality. It's tying in emotions to logic. This is a person that is typically very logical in the way that they move. If it doesn't make sense, they don't do it. And this is something that to them just simply does not make sense to them. It's causing them to doubt. But they feel the pull, and that's the big problem here. That's why there's so much confusion. If you look at like the card and you see the guy with everything spinning around in his mind, around his head, it's like a storm, a tornado just swirling around. But then he looks all calm, cool, and collected, holding onto that coffee cup, looking very dapper. Like he looks like he's got it all together, but in actuality, it's like a storm brewing inside them, inside their mind. They are so confused because they cannot let this feeling just go. They've tried. We have on the bottom of the deck avoidant. It says, I really want to be close to you, but I avoid emotional attachments out of fear. They've tried so hard to disconnect and to let this go and to write it off because of something that is blocking them in their life coming toward you. They just cannot figure out how to move forward. It's literally, it feels like the biggest challenge of their life. If I let collective go, which is probably the easier alternative in my physical reality, I don't think I'll ever be able to let go of this feeling. And I'll have to live with this feeling for the rest of my life. I don't think this feeling will ever fade. It never fades. It just gets stronger. It just gets more intense. But if I move towards collective and pursue this feeling, what if I get hurt? What if they reject me? What if other people get hurt? What if we go down this path and it ends up in like a firestorm because it wasn't the right thing to do, because it doesn't make sense? This is a person that is very torn right now between choosing logic or heart, heart over head. They don't know what to do. That's why they're avoidant. This is someone that maybe you've kept in contact with. They may talk to you for a short while and disappear. And then you may connect again and then they disappear. They keep regressing and retreating and removing themselves from this connection every time it gets too serious, or they feel way too head over heels in love with you. It scares them, because then they know when they start feeling that way again, it's time to make a move. We're at that point. I'm feeling this way. But if I make a move, then their brain gets involved, and all the thoughts of all the catastrophes and all the horrible things that could happen if it doesn't go the way that they want it to go starts playing out. And then they pull back again. But really, they know that you two are the perfect pair. You're perfect for one another. You match my vibe, and I love your energy. There's no doubt about it. And even you probably feel this way if you're listening to this and you have a person in mind that this relates to and you connect to this. You probably feel the same way. There's so many reasons why we should. There's so many reasons why we would be perfect together. We are like two peas in a pod. We have the same energy. I can't even go into like the breakdown of all the different ways that you guys would vibe and connect. It's just as simple as your energies align completely. And it's scary and exciting, but it's also a burden because there's no movement. There's too much fear attached to this connection. There's no movement forward. It just seems to keep cycling over and over again, playing out in the same way until something changes. And I just don't feel like, if this is really connecting to you, and this is probably for a smaller collective, I just don't feel like this is something that is going to end. I feel like you guys are going to keep replaying the same cycle over and over again until you decide to finally connect and decide to make this union happen. And that sucks, because what do you do in the meantime? You have to just keep moving forward each day, one day at a time, and try your best to not think about it and to put those feelings in the back of your mind, which at sometimes I feel like for you, it's not been hard. You've been able to distract yourself. But then there's times where the thoughts and the feelings just start flooding in and it's overwhelming and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. And I feel like this is for the two of you, both parties involved. What do you see in me? They want to know, what do you see in them? What is it about me that you want? Well, I feel like if you guys are mirroring each other, I feel a heavy, heavy mirroring energy. But I feel denial that that's even a possibility also. I don't think either one of you even realize how much you guys are moving through the motions and the emotions in such a similar way. What do you see in me? You both want to know. What is it? And you cannot explain it because it's nothing particular. It's nothing that you can really pinpoint. There might be a whole bunch of things, but it all boils down to it's just a connection. It's just this pull. It's this soul recognition. It's indescribable. And once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. You were right. Did you say something to this person? Did you say something about this connection? You were right. They are acknowledging that you were right. Please do what is best for your heart. I feel like you walked away. It was too much to handle. It was too much to carry. You were overwhelmed, overstimulated, overstressed. I feel a lot of sadness and frustration. They want to be different. They want to approach this differently. They're trying. They're really, really, really trying. They're figuring themselves out. They're really paying attention to themselves and their heart, and they're trying their best to move accordingly. They just need time, and I know that's probably the last thing you want to hear. You've already moved on from this, even though technically you haven't, because your heart still pulls towards them. You physically have moved on from this. They still want you to give them more time. I'm obsessed with you. I think you are too. It's trying to find this balance. They don't want to be obsessed with you. Again, this is a very logical person. This is someone that leans heavily on logic and mental. This is someone that doesn't really lean towards their emotions. They're not one to be very sensitive. I'm not saying they're not like compassionate or understanding and empathetic or anything like that. It's just something about sensitivity to them is a sign of weakness. But they're obsessed with you and they can't deny it and they don't understand it and they're trying to. They're trying to figure this out. They're trying to learn what this feeling is and why. And they know why. They're getting it. They are starting to understand because you were right. Something you said, a way that you moved, a way that you interacted with them, taught them a lesson for them to see this as it is. What is the truth? I feel like this person needs to talk to you. I feel like if there hasn't been any communication, this person needs to speak to you. They need to understand. Is it just me? Am I crazy for feeling this way? Do you feel this too? Are we meant to be together? Is this a connection that's beyond what words can describe? Is this a soul bond? Do I know you from a past life? How are we entangled? Like there's so many questions on this person's mind and they need to air it out. They want to speak to you to see if you feel the same way. I wish I could understand you. This is a person that doesn't really understand. Well, they get it kind of. They don't really understand why you pulled away like you did. Your pulling away hurt them in a way that's indescribable. They needed time then. They still need time now. I guess this person just thought that you would wait for them forever, how long it took. That might be a part of the illusion. Maybe they thought they had all the time in the world to table their feelings and put their feelings aside, and they figured that my person will wait for me while I figure this out. We'll figure it out together down the road. Painful memories. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? Painful memories. I feel like right now all they can focus on is that you walked away. It's killing them. It's breaking their heart. You have childhood trauma. Don't wait for me, please. This love is crazy. I can't make you happy. This person has some childhood trauma that they're still dealing with as an adult. And that's one of the blocks in this connection. It's something that they're working on. They might be seeking therapy even, or the advice of others in order to help them heal whatever this trauma is, because they see it as a block in them moving forward towards you. They recognize that this relationship, this love, this connection is something out of this world. But they also understand. They don't like it and it hurts, but they get it. They understand now, after some soul searching, why you had to pull away. Because it was too intense and there was no movement. Last card out. You are so different from everyone around me. It's like this person, they have their set group of friends and family and their coworkers and the people that they have been attached to for a long time. And it's just they never have felt this kind of spiritual connection to another human being for as long as they've walked this earth. And they found this beautiful connection with you. But they have so much going on emotionally from past situations and childhood situations, a lot of inner healing that they have been working on but still needs more attention. And they become avoidant. And they fall into this mindset and this illusion of it will never work, to a point to where they pushed you away. And I feel like they are actually beating themselves up over how they handled this. I feel like they're a mess right now, but they're not showing it. Remember, this is Mr. Calm, Cool, or Mrs. Calm, Cool, and Collected. Outwardly, you're going to see them as being completely fine. They look good to me. It seems like they're happy. They must be, but they're not. They hide it so well. I feel like this is a person that's had to hide their feelings like this in a lot of ways throughout their life. possibly why they lean to be more logical than emotional. I feel like when they let their emotions come forward, that's when hurt happened for them. And with you, they're vulnerable. Even with the lack of emotions that they put forth with you, and they try to be so logical with this connection, this by far has been the most hurt they've ever felt, and they barely showed you emotion. Let's get some specifics. It says ready to do it, getting something done they've been putting off. Someone who has a beard or facial hair. Wondering what you think of them if you're seeing someone else. Let's get a couple more, and then we'll pull some letters today for confirmation. A cook or a chef preparing a fancy meal, going to a restaurant. Let's do two more, and then we'll do letters. Okay. Caught doing something illegal or sneaky. And then one more. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Friend or partner, someone they can count on. Let's do some letters. Spirit, can you give me some letters, initials for this collective to help confirm this reading? We have T and E, T and E, ET, extraterrestrial. We have K, oh, V, B, J, I. Let's see a couple more. Two more. We have J and another E. So we have two J's, two E's, a K, a V, an I, a T, and a B. Jet. Someone might be going on a trip, taking a jet. Vet. Vet tech. Bev. Kev. Kite. Bite. Jive. But those are the letters, and I do hope that this resonated with some of you guys out there. If it did, please drop a comment and like. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Bye.